Hello and welcome to a video tutorial on how to set up your Causes of the Civil War Timeline Google Map assignment. The purpose of this assignment is to help students look at some of the events, the sequence of events that led up to the American Civil War. You're going to kind of combine two skill sets. You're going to make a timeline that shows the chronological order or sequence of events that led up to the American Civil War. And you're also going to create a map that's interactive to highlight these particular events. So here we go. First thing you'll need to do to access your maps, Google Maps, is to log into your school email account. Once you're logged into your school email account, you're going to look over there by your name. There's a series of little boxes up here. Those are your Google apps. You want to click on those boxes that are up there, and you'll want to scroll down and click on More, and then you want to click on Maps, and that will take you to your Google Maps. Now, once you log into the Google Maps, this will look pretty familiar to you. If you've been on Google Maps before, the interface is very similar, but you're going to actually create a map. So to create a map, if I go up to the spotlight up here and I just click on that little box, I should see a My Maps. So I'm going to go ahead and click on My Maps. Maps that you've already created, you'll see show up here. To create your map, you'll click on this little pencil icon here and click on Create. And you'll see the map that you'll be creating. So over here on the left-hand side, this left-hand box is information about your map. We'll need to give your map a name. So we're going to click here where it says Untitled Map. And let's go ahead and call this Causes of the Civil War. And in the description, we'll put our name, our class period, and then we'll go ahead and write a short little description that this is an interactive map that shows major events leading up to the U.S. Civil War. And then we'll go ahead and click on Save. The next thing we want to do with our map is we want to make it available so that people can view the link, most importantly me as your teacher. So over here where Share is, we'll click on Share, and we're going to change the privacy settings where it says Private, only you can access. We're going to click on the word Change here and select anyone with the link can access view only. Okay, we can change it to edit, but we don't want people editing our map. We just want them to be able to view it, and click on Save. This will be the link that you will share to your teacher or to others about your Google Map Civil War timeline. And we'll see here that the access information has been updated. And we'll go ahead and click on Done. A couple other things about your map. You do have some options. You can change the way your map looks by under Base Map. You've got a couple of different options to choose from. This is the default map view, but you can also go to Satellite, which shows more of the aerial satellite view. You can click on Terrain Mode. You can click on Light Political, Mono City, Simple Atlas. This one here, which is the light landmass. This is the dark landmass, and then the white water. Really doesn't matter which background you choose. I kind of personally like the Simple Atlas for this particular project, so we'll go with that one. Once I have that one selected, I'll click here on the little X, and we'll close out that window. The next thing here is we're going to need to place our events. Now on your directions for this particular assignment, there are 10 events that have been scrambled up that you will need to put in the proper sequence of events, in the proper order. The first event that we're going to look at is going to be the invention of the Cotton Ginn, which took place in 1793. Now we're going to have to think about where on our map we would like to place that particular place marker, because we want this to not only give the sequence when these events took place, but we also want to have it interactive with this map and have it placed in a logical location where that might make sense. So Let's think about where it would be a good place for that place marker. Well, as we learned in class, really all throughout the Deep South here is where cotton was very, very important. So really any of those locations could be very, very important. But I know from my research that Eli Whitney, who's oftentimes given credit for the Cotton Ginn, kind of got the idea when he was down in Savannah, Georgia at a plantation. He was watching people, watching the slaves process the cotton, and was thinking of maybe a more efficient way of doing that. So for me, I think it would be a really good place to go ahead and place that place mark maybe in Savannah, Georgia. So let's go ahead and up here to the search and type in Savannah, Georgia, and it shows up here. So we'll go ahead and click on Savannah, Georgia. And my little green search place mark will be there. That's a temporary one. We want to actually put a permanent place marker there. So to put a permanent one, we're going to go ahead and click on the little add marker tool. And we're just going to go ahead and take my little crossbars here, and I'm just going to drop it here in Savannah. And I'm going to label it Event 1, and then Invention of the Cotton Ginn, followed by the year, which was in 1793. Okay. Now for my text section down here, for my description, I'm going to go ahead and type in a description that I could use to help describe what that invention was and why it was important as an important cause to the Civil War. So once I've typed in my little description about what the importance of the invention of the cotton gin is all about and why it was an important factor leading up to the Civil War, I can add a picture by going over to the camera icon that says add image or video, and then I can type in here in my Google search cotton gin, click on search, and then I'm going to go ahead and look for an example of a cotton gin. This one looks like a really good one here, so we're going to click on that one and then select. And there I have my description, and there I have my image here. And if I like the image, I can keep it. If I want to delete it, I can hit that little trash can there and I can delete it. But I like what it looks like here. I'm going to click on Save. So now over here, I have here my first event here, Invention of the Cotton Gin, and the date there. Now I still have that my search icon here, so I can get rid of that one here by clicking on the little X, and that will go away. If I want to get rid of this little box here, same thing. I can click here on the little X up here. If I need to go back and edit, if I just click on the little icon, or if I double click over here on the side here too, I can do it that way as well. So I can click over here, and I click on the little pencil. I can go in there and I can make my edits if I need to, or I can also delete that place marker there as well. So as you're going through and thinking about your interactive timeline here for the causes of the American Civil War, and thinking about their locations, you want to make sure that you place those 10 events in the proper sequence, which one happens first, which one happened last, and that should show up here over here on their left-hand side in the proper order. And then all of your place marks should be also placed in a logical place that makes sense for that particular event. You want to make sure that wherever you select for that place mark is reasonable for what deals with that particular event leading up to the American Civil War. So that's how to kind of go through your causes of Civil War interactive timeline. If you have any questions, please see your teacher, but I look forward to seeing kind of your creative reflections on what do you think was the most important events leading up to the American Civil War.